special night. If you'd like to connect to us, we've got the picture message number 0437 646 958. Also send in your text messages with your name and date of birth to 1972 2202. Skip the queue, send a voicemail, your name, date of birth and a message. That's option 9 to 1900 909 999 or 1800 757 035. Okay, we'll go around the studio. So first off, we have Patricia in booth 1. Hello. Patricia, welcome.
How are you, Rhonda?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Fantastic. Please tell us what you do and how you can help our viewers.
Okay, so I'm a psychic medium tarot card reader. I do work off energies, so I usually, anything to do with life pathing, so if you're stuck with not sure of your career, love life, finances, or you're just in that pickle zone where you're not sure where to go or what to do, I usually will clear that or give you the direction of what needs to be done to sort of clear the passage so it's sort of much more comforting for you. So basically it's a psychic read and it does give future predictions and it does sort of assist you to sort of clear off that block that you may have. So that's what I do. Yep.
Fantastic, and that's always important for Forgiveness Friday, clearing those blockages, getting on with your life and making sure you're better for your life experience. So wonderful. Please connect with Patricia. She won't be free for long. Next we have Tracy in booth 2. So hi Tracy, always looking beautiful as usual.
Hi,
please tell us how you can help our viewers tonight.
Hi gorgeous. Well, I'm an angel intuitive psychic medium clairvoyant. So when I'm doing your readings, I like to have a look at your etheric fields, your auric fields, take a look at your chakra centres to make sure you're balanced. Take a look at what blockages you've got there. I'm more about the now and into the future, not too much about the past. So yeah, I'm pretty much a mixed bag, so yeah, I like to help in all areas.
Fantastic, sounds wonderful. So again, Tracy's available. Take the opportunity to call her early because she won't be available later. So now we have option 4, we have Leon. So Leon's working from home tonight. Leon's a medium and angel intuitive. She's a little pocket rocket. Leon and I both tend to be called little pocket rockets, but Leon's absolutely beautiful, so give her a call. Call her on the 1900 or the 1800 number, option 4 for Leon. Okay, PTV, as you know, has a live on stage show. So it's coming up very soon, it's coming up this weekend. We're proud to announce and present the first Psychic Medium platform show for 2018. It's the 30th of June, so not long to go. It's at the Brian Brown Theatre at Bankstown. Doors open 6:15pm and the show starts at 7pm. Fantastic lineup. I've had readings from all of these people and I can recommend them. We have Susan Penno, Florence King, Alan Hamlin, Kerry Irwin, and a special guest is Bob. You'll have to come on tonight to see who Bob is, so I'm pretty excited. Now, how do you get tickets? You go to the website www.outtix.com.au, search for PTV. You can also go to the PTV Facebook page for more information about the event, and there's also a link on that Facebook page to purchase tickets. All right, we've also got a weekend special. So this is for your calls. So if you purchase 60 minutes on a credit card, you'll be offered a free ticket to the live platform show in Sydney. So that's coming up this weekend. Just make sure you email your name and telephone number to events@glmaustralia.com.au. That last step's very important because you want to make sure you get your ticket. So you might as well do that and take advantage of that offer. Okay, and myself, I'm Rhonda. I'm a psychic medium. The psychic readings are looking at sort of answering general, specific questions about your life or areas of your life that you'd like help and guidance with. The general readings are just whatever I pick up on, so that's what I see, what I smell, what I hear, anything that comes across. I don't tell you what to do, but I help you think about your life situation and help empower you to make the best decision for you. I'm also a medium, so that's of course connecting with the other side, and I tend to get animals and pets, lots of things. I'm also a medical intuitive, and I'm also a dream interpreter. So again, it's what I pick up. I use that to confirm the passing on the other side, and I also pick up what's going on with you, where I feel the pain and what I think is the issue. So it's a little bit of everything. It's a bit of a mixed bag, and I literally every single reading is different from the other. In like face-to-face reading, I'll hold an item of jewellery, I'll pick up the energy from that, but over the phone or a picture message, I'll again pick up the energy and make that connection that way. So I look forward to connecting with you tonight. All right, we've got first reading already. So Braden. Braden's the 21st of the 692. Hi, Braden. Beautiful people. Would like a reading for the next few months. Will our wedding go to plan in October? Is everything okay? Yes, it feels fine. It feels like you're going to make a few changes, Braden, before the wedding. I don't know whether, and I'm getting, I'm smelling flowers, so I think it's something to do with the florist. So it feels like things are going to sort of change, as in the people. Some of the sort of people and some of the sort of steps are going to be. It feels like you're going to be juggling time. You're going to have a lot on your hands. It's going to feel like lots happens at once. But you're going to enjoy the wedding day, and you're going to enjoy the wedding, and everything's going to work out well. And I feel like you're going to have people around you really step up and help out, and it's going to be quite nice, nice feeling. It feels like a right match for you. It feels like it's a good union for you. There's actually another wedding around you as well. I feel like around your wedding or shortly after the wedding, or when you come back from the honeymoon, there's going to be another engagement announced. And it also feels like birth sort of next year, so around you, both of you, yourself and the other wedding. So whether that's a child each or two children for them one, but it feels quite nice. It feels like there's a lot of celebrations coming up. Just be aware that it might be a bit intense sort of leading up to it, and you're going to be juggling things, but everything feels fine. And it actually feels like it's a really good mix, a really good union for you, and it feels like it's sort of been a long time coming, and it's like you've had a bit of family pressure to hurry this up, but you've kind of done it in your own time. So it actually feels really nice. So I wish you all the best, Braden. I'm getting really good vibes, so you can sleep easy. All the best. Oh, okay, apologies. There's a bit of a correction. So Leon is actually on option 3, not on option 4. So call her with the 1900 or 1800 numbers and dial option 3 for Leon. All right, so all our psychics available. We've got beautiful Patricia in option 1, Tracy in option 2, and Leon in option 3. So they won't be available for long, so take the opportunity to give them a call. Okay, we've got a text message coming up. So we've got Sandra, the 14th of the 10th, 77. Sandra's asking for a reading for me. Sandra would like a reading regarding her marriage. Is my husband being truthful? Thanks. What I'm picking, Sandra, is that it's quite murky. Things aren't very clear at the moment. I'm not getting a clear yes, and I'm not getting a clear no. I feel like the intentions aren't bad, the intentions aren't nasty, the intentions aren't to be hurtful, but I feel like he's, whether he's a bit sort of impulsive, I'm getting that sort of feeling from your husband, and it feels like he's it doesn't feel like he's unfaithful, but it feels like his energy's just spread all over the place. He's almost like a little kid that sort of just wants to go look at everything and sort of do everything and be in different places at once. So it feels like that there's an issue with his sort of just how he manages his time. He feels, it just feels strange. It doesn't feel like he's being unfaithful or anything, but I just feel like he's trying to be in more than two places at once, and he's trying to do more than two things at once, and it feels like he's trying to sort of keep everyone happy. And I don't feel that if I met him I'd feel like he's a people pleaser, but I feel that that's quite important to him. He's quite a sensitive person as well. So it would be good just to have the conversation with him, and if it's something you're not comfortable with, you could put your feelings out in writing and give a couple of examples of where you felt that you've been let down or he's not been honest with you. And I just feel like you need to sort of get everything out of the air to have that cleared up. Because you tend to, Sandra, get quite frustrated and then go silent. So I feel like both of you, as though you can be awesome together, you can also not be good communicators when you need to communicate. So if you can find sort of another way of communicating, either writing it down or some way that sort of works for both of you, and he'll find that less confronting as well. I feel like you just need to find a way around sort of getting that out, and once it starts coming out, you'll have a conversation and then things will be a lot clearer for you. So I wish you all the best, Sandra. I'm not feeling anything nasty or anything like that. I just think you need to just get it out in the open, and he needs to realise that you're the most important person to him, and he can't please everyone else. So I wish you all the best, Sandra. Thank you for connecting with me. Okay, so we have Tracy in option 2 and we have Leon in option 3. Please give them a call. The night is early. We're here for another nearly 3 hours, so give them a call. All right, got a picture message coming up next. I've got Karina, 11th of the 10th, 84. Karina would like a 6-month reading. Thank you, Karina. Wow, I'm feeling that you've got a travel connection, and I don't feel that that's directly with you. I feel like it's people around you, but you're going to feel that you're almost missing out, and then you're sort of going to get the travel vibe. And I know that sounds strange. I've travelled a lot, and I find the more I travel, the more I want to travel. And then when I don't travel, I don't think about travel as much until I talk to someone who's travelled. But I feel like you're going to sort of get that travel bug by association. So I'm feeling travel with you. And I feel like with work and family situation, there's a bit of frustration now. I feel like you're very well liked, you're very personable, you're very likeable. You know, if I was to interview you for a job, you'd walk in, you'd be confident and I'd like you. But I feel like you're... I don't know whether, particularly with work, whether you're so capable, you just go and do it, that people sort of overlook you or just assume that your job's not as difficult as it is because you make it look easy. I feel like you need to challenge yourself. I feel that Karina, you can easily fall into your comfort zone, but you also get frustrated or also feel like you're sort of being overlooked. So the only way you can help that is to step out of your comfort zone and push yourself. And you're someone, honestly, who'd be surprised at what you can achieve if you go do that. And I feel like with that connection of travelling, and one friend in particular is on a working holiday at the moment. Once you sort of get out of your comfort zone and go travel, you'd be amazed at the opportunities you have overseas. And I've done that myself. I worked in the UK about 12 years ago for a few years, and I did things more advanced than I would have here. And then I came back to Australia and got a better job. And there were things that I did that I wouldn't have thought I would be able to do, but I really sort of pushed myself, and I sort of jumped a confidence hurdle, and it's wonderful. Honestly, I feel like you're very capable, and I feel that would be a really good move for you. So I wish you all the best, Karina. Thank you for connecting with me, and honestly, just have faith in yourself, have confidence in yourself, and just don't be afraid to give things a go, because you'll be surprised at what you can achieve. So I wish you all the best, Karina. Okay, so we still have 2 amazing psychics available. We have Tracy in booth 2, and we also have Leon in booth 3. Okay, we've got a text message coming up next. It is coming. We have Kate, 10th of the 11th, 76. Hi, Rhonda. Are there any messages from Spirit and anything else you pick up? Many thanks. Yeah, I'm picking up a gentleman with breathing issues. There was... I actually feel really cold connecting with him. Felt like he lived till an older age and had quite sort of aching bones, cold, and I don't know whether he had a bit of a fall or something, but there was certainly breathing issues with him. It just feels like I can't get a breath in properly. So that's what I'm picking up with him, and it feels like he, I don't know whether he worked underground or something. It's like he had, I'm absolutely freezing. I feel like I need to rub my hands to keep cold. So he definitely had arthritis, but it also feels like he did things at work. He didn't have the safety sort of precautions that we have now, and it was a matter of sort of exposure to something underground that affected his lungs. So that's what I'm picking up with you. It feels like a great-grandfather connection is what I'm picking up. It's like it's a grandfather and then another step away. I'm also picking up a lady who had a back issue. She was quite stooped over. The lady was very nurturing to you. You had more of a connection with her than you did with him. The message from him, by the way, is to slow down. Work's always going to get busy. They're always going to need you, but you need to be able to go and have a lunch break and make sure you stop and look after yourself, because you're someone who you can appear very capable and confident, but you do get quite stressed, and you don't perhaps let people know how much the stress affects you. So the message from him is that don't let work sort of ruin your body. Make sure you have time to yourself, Kate, and you do actually have a bit of a work-life balance. So that's the message from him. The message from her, she actually wasn't verbal. She wasn't able to talk. It feels like when she was getting sick, she wasn't able to speak as much. And the way that it actually feels like an auntie figure on your mother's side. And it just feels like she was sort of stooped over, and then she ended, I don't know whether she had a stroke or something, she couldn't actually sort of move her mouth, she couldn't speak. With her, her message is love yourself. It's very, she wants to just give you a hug, and it feels like she's around you, and she'll sort of, like pat your arm and that sort of thing. So whether she did that for you as a child, whether you went up to her and sort of touched her arm, that's the sort of connection with her. So some beautiful energy there. I wish you all the best. Thanks for connecting. Okay, we only have one psychic available. We have Leon available in option 3. Leon's a medium and angel intuitive, and she's a fortune teller. So give her a call, option 3, on the 1900 or 1800 number. Okay, if we can also get your messages through, send your picture messages. We've got an 0437 646 958. Send your name and date of birth and the message for your picture message. If you'd like to send a text message, again, send your name and date of birth to 1972 2202. And you can also skip the queue, send a voicemail to with your name and date of birth and a message to 1900 909 999 or 1800 757 035, and that's option 9. Okay, remember you have to be over 18 for all of those services. If you're sending a picture message, make sure there's no children in that message. So apart from that, ask what you'd like. You can be as specific as you want. You can ask for a general reading, whatever you'd like. And honestly, we're here to help. So whatever you'd like guidance in, please contact us and we'll connect with your energy and we'll help as best we can. Okay, and Leon's available option 3. We have a picture coming through. We've got Andrew, 25th of the 12th, 82, Christmas baby. Will I get the airline job I've applied for, and if so, when? Okay, thanks, Andrew. I'm getting a yes. I feel like it's going to be a longer wait than you think. It's not that much longer, but it's like the selection procedure is a bit long-winded. It's like you've kind of... you've got stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then there's 3A or something like that. So it feels like it's been a really long-winded process to get this far. And it also feels like it's not going to be exactly the one you want, but the one that you get is going to be a stepping stone to something better. So if that makes sense. So if you think of sort of climbing steps, you kind of... you've sort of climbed half a step, but then you jump a few steps. So I hope that makes sense. It feels like... you're going to apply for something, and it's like you're very focused in what you want and where you exactly want to be. But I want you to consider other things, and that's going to come across as being very favourable that you're already working at, even though it's a different airline that you think. And I feel like once you've done that, because it feels like you've done quite a lot of preparation for this as well. But once you do that, remember, no knowledge is lost. I've got a degree that I haven't used much, and I kind of think, oh, was that worth it? Waste of money, all the rest of it. But you've also got to think, no knowledge is lost. So I feel that by doing sort of accepting something maybe a little bit different, all that skills, knowledge and experience is going to fall into play, and then that's going to put you in good stead to actually get to where you want, but it feels like you're going to be stepping up from that. So, so it feels like in a bit of a roundabout way, and a bit longer than it's taken you already, all the hard work that you've done. It feels like you will get that. So I hope that makes sense. Just remember to be patient. I feel that one of your life sort of messages is patience. You kind of got to learn patience. That's why you're here. And this is a classic example of that. So I wish you all the best for that. Okay, all our psychics are on calls. So we do have our international psychics available. They're coming to screen now. So these are updated regularly on our website. So you can see on screen we've got 4 available. So when you call that 1800 and 1900 number, they're available on option 6. So you can give them a call and then you type in the PIN number. So you pick the one that resonates with you, like choosing any psychic. It's the one that you're happy with. So we've got, for example, Pam on 2224. So she's a talented clairvoyant medium and a tarot reader. She incorporates astrology, past lives, angels and dream interpretations in her readings. So she's a spiritual advisor and she also does spiritual healing. So all the profiles are there. Select the one that resonates with you and enter the option 6 and then enter the PIN number. Okay, so we've got a voicemail coming up now.
Maria, 29th of the 9th, 78. I'd love a reading by Rhonda, please, just in regards to any romance or potential love interest coming up in the near future or anything related to work or career. That would be great. Thanks so much. Love the show.
Thanks, Maria. Thanks for connecting. The love interest is, it feels like there's 2 people in your energy. It feels like there's someone that you know in your sort of circle that is a bit interested, but kind of sort of plays games. Whether it's it's almost like there'll be sort of about having a first date. There'll be an argument. You'll suggest something and then they'll change it, and you kind of think, oh, you're being a bit controlling. I've got a bad feeling. So it feels like there'll be something strange about organising the first sort of date. So when that happens, just think, well, are you just playing games with me? So for the first one in your energy, it feels like that's not a good option. The second one, the one that doesn't feel like it's in your energy, but it feels like it's coming. I'm actually getting about 4 months. I'm just getting a 4-month time frame, and that feels like a better option for you. Feels like just a bit more genuine, a bit more sort of less ego-driven kind of thing, less controlling. It feels like that's more of a nice energy, and it's quite sort of funny, a funny sort of playful type connection that you've got, whether you just sort of laugh at someone. I'm just getting hair for some reason. You're going to be laughing at a funny hair story, whether you've had a friend you've dyed their hair and you've made a mess of it or something like that. There'll be some funny sort of hair story about that, so that's not picking up with that. So Maria, the other question you asked was about work. That's just not as clear for me as the love one. I feel like I'm just moving my hands. I feel like you're very creative. You feel that unless you're very tactile, very kinesthetic sort of person, so unless you're actually... you learn by doing. So if I was to teach you what I do, it would go for your head kind of thing. But if I was to teach you while you were doing it, you'd understand it and you'd be able to teach then someone else. So I feel like you need to learn by doing. Feels like you need to always have your hands busy and you need to actually be touching things and doing things. Feels like you're very creative, Maria. And it also feels like you haven't almost like you haven't reached your full potential. It's like you've kind of done bits and pieces of different things, but you're someone that's sort of, I wouldn't say overlooked. It feels like you're quite reliable at work and you're well respected at work, but it feels like you almost like to lie under the radar, but whenever people are sick or there's an issue, you always step up and you sort of surprise people at what you can do. So that's entirely your decision to do that, but it's just nice to know that you're quite capable and confident in whatever you choose to do. It really feels like you've got your hands in different things. You're quite skilled in what you've done. You've actually learnt different things in different places, and I don't know whether you've moved different departments or you've actually moved different jobs, but it feels like you're very skilled. And you would be a good teacher as well. So have a think about that in moving your hands, using your hands, and actually teach by doing, lead by example. So it feels like you'd be a good sort of teacher, role model, is what I'm feeling for that. So I feel positive things around work and around your work experience, and positive things about love, but not the first option, the second option. So thank you for connecting, Maria. I hope that makes sense to you. All the best. Thank you. Okay, so all our psychics in studio are on calls. Our internationals are available in option 6, so you can give them a call. Okay, we'll go straight to another picture now. Okay, so we've got Callista, 10th of the 6th, 1989. Callista would like a message about any messages from Spirit. I'm picking up a sort of like a dementia, Alzheimer's connection with you. I'm feeling a bit blank, and the words that I'm looking at are kind of jumbling up around me. And it feels like from a lady, and it feels like she's not that old. So I don't know whether she had a head injury or something like that, but there's certainly a bit of, quite a lot of confusion around her. It's like she would speak to you and get her words jumbled up. And it actually feels like a mother figure. She's not telling me mum, but she's saying mother figure to you. So that's the strongest connection I'm getting. I'm also getting animals around you. You've had quite a lot of animals, and you've got a lot of healing energy, Callista. You always have. It's like you've always taken animals in. You've got a lot of animals sort of around there coming to you. All a bit sort of silly, like, you know, kids. They've got their own little personalities. They're just sort of playing around and that sort of thing. So I've got the mother figure and I've got the animals. There's some other people around, but they're not coming forward. There's a gentleman who. So basically, I ask male, female, what the connection is to you, how they've passed, and I usually feel the pain. But with him, he's deflecting the attention. So what although it's not telling me much, what it's actually telling me is that he was like that here. So he was someone who didn't like attention on himself. He would walk into a room if people looked at him. He'd point to someone else or deflect the attention away to him. So that's all I'm picking from this gentleman, and I don't have the connection with you. And he's quite funny. He was sort of had a way of making people laugh and as I said, deflecting the attention away from him. So that's what I've got. So I hope that resonates with you. I wish you all the best. But beautiful healing energy, attracting all the animals. It's just I'm getting sort of cats and dogs sort of just playing around. I'm also getting sort of farm animals. So I don't know whether you've spent time on a farm or you've, so whether it doesn't feel like you've lived on a farm, but you used to visit a farm in childhood. And it's like I've got sort of goats and pigs and that sort of thing. So even though they didn't have much of a connection with you, it's still they're sort of coming through as well. So all the best with that. Thank you for connecting. Okay, so we'll do one last voicemail message.
Hello, my name is Kerry. My date of birth is the 17th of May, 1959. Could I please have a reading from Rhonda? If she sees any love coming into my life and when. Thank you. Good night.
I feel that... What I'm going to sound awful, but what I'm feeling is you don't need it. You've got enough love around you. That's the first thing I'm picking up. I'm not picking up on any one particular person or anything like that. So what that's telling me is it's sort of not sort of the next few months. I'm not picking up on the love. I am picking up on a partner with a very active sort of life, like quite physically active for their age. Like you look at them and think they look younger. So I'm picking up on that. But I feel like they've been in your life previously. So whether it's a previous relationship, Kerry, or it's kind of like it's a really nice energy. It's quite a sort of a comfortable type energy, like having... and it feels like you're both better for your life experience. I feel like I'm not picking up, to be honest, sort of a new connection, but it feels like you're going to make a reconnection. And I don't know whether this person's been a romantic connection previously, but it's just going to turn out that it's sort of the right timing, and it feels like you'll both be able to sort of laugh at things, and it feels like you'll have that connection of just being able to laugh at awful things that have happened and sort of make it lighthearted, and then start, one of those relationships where you enjoy each day and you have fun and you sort of enjoy the moment. Without looking too far ahead, you actually enjoy the moment. So it feels like that sort of connection. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you picture who this person is. I'm not getting a name or anything like that, but it feels like a really beautiful connection, beautiful energy. So thank you for making that connection. Wish you the best. Okay, so now I have the amazing Tracy next to me. Hello, good to see you. Yeah.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Okay, so Forgiveness Friday, Tracy, what does that mean to you?
Forgiveness.
Yeah. How can you help people? I mean, it's obviously very difficult to forgive people, forgive certain people.
Yeah,
so
look,
how do you guide people through that?
I had a really intense relationship in the past, and it took me a long time to actually get over and forgive just actually what the process went on through that relationship. And but I've learnt to forgive him now and moved on from that. So
yeah, absolutely, because it's like
that
grief.
was one of my biggest battles to get over.
Yeah, I mean, it's like grief. There's lots of feelings. There's you know, betrayal of trust or whatever the issue is. There's lots of things going on. So yeah, it's certainly a hurdle to get past that. Yeah. I kind of come to an equilibrium. Like, I don't completely forgive, but I forgive enough to let go and just get on with my own life. So that's kind of for me. You know, just as in, I'm not going to spend any more energy thinking about a person or a situation, but I'll sort of forgive, and that's how
that was like me. I just had to forgive just so I can put it in the past and move forward and take my power back.
Absolutely.
So I could move forward and not have to deal with that or have those past regrets or thoughts.
Absolutely.
Going back.
Yeah, and that's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to booth 2. So
dun, dun, dun.
see you
Kept
later.
it warm for you, baby.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, who have I got next to me? Rhonda. Where's Katut? Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
In bed.
He's asleep.
Our 5-year anniversary.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Happy
5
anniversary.
years.
And he's asleep and you're here.
That's right. 5 years since we met.
You should have been out partying.
That's right. Well, I came home from work and he brought me flowers and chockies.
Oh,
so
and what did you get him? Did you cook him
anything? Nothing, I forgot. And I'm meant to be psychic.
Oh, well, you're not going so well. Well, I'm going to let you do some readings and I'm going to go into booth 2.
Thanks, Patricia.
All right, see you later.
Take care. Thank you. Okay, so we have Leon available in option number 3, so give her a call. Okay, picture message coming up. All right, Geordie, 19th of the 7th, 1977. Hi, beautiful ladies. I'm hoping that you can tell me if I ever will be in contact with my biological mother again. Wow, Jodie, I feel like that's a really in-depth question and it's a really complicated question. And I feel like it's been a really long journey for you, even sort of reaching a decision to actually go and find her and take that step. It feels like yes. It doesn't feel like sort of... I feel like it'll be sort of a few years away because it feels like it's quite... it's been such a long journey that what's sort of another few years, but I'm getting a yes from that. It feels like you will have a contact, and it feels like there'll be a bit of anxiety and nerves on both ends, and it'll be more for sort of for closure for you, for understanding sort of what happened, because I feel like you don't actually have the full picture yet as well. But yeah, so. Just waiting that little bit longer, I feel it will be a yes, and I feel like you'll get some answers as well. And also, what I'm getting is that this is something you need to do for yourself, and it's something that you need to do alone as well. Although you've got some people around you that know that, just bear in mind you're doing it for your own reasons and for what you want to know. Try not to take too much. I normally tell people to listen to advice, but it feels like this is what you need to do for yourself, and it needs to be sort of for your heart, and you need to listen to your own intuition and listen to your own voice, and even just spend time to yourself and work out what you want to write down and what you want to ask her. So I wish you all the best. It's definitely coming, and it'll be quite a good thing for you. It'll feel quite nice, and it feels like you will actually have a relationship with her, you know, but it's sort of, again, taking that time to get to that point. So I wish you all the best. Thank you for that. All right, so we have Patricia available in option 2 and Leon available in booth 3. So give them a call. All right, so we have a voicemail next. All right, It is
Good
coming.
evening, PTV, and to the wonderful Rhonda. It's Jodie, 15th of the 8th, 69. May I please have a reading regarding any messages or names from past loved ones, friends or pets, or whatever comes through to me. Thank you so much, and many blessings to you, and have a great show.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. You've got beautiful energy there. You've got a beautiful healing energy. That's why pets and animals all come up to you. And I feel like you have quite bizarre animals come up to you. You know, you'll be walking and you'll have lizards come around and, you know, really sort of bizarre sort of things will happen with animals, or they'll behave in a bizarre way when you're around. So that's what I'm picking up for you. Again, I'm picking up on a lot of people with breathing issues that have passed on. I'm picking up a auntie on your mother's side that had quite heavy chest and feeling breathing issues, and I feel like there was whether there was a cancer connection or something like a breast cancer or some issue with her chest. I feel like there was a connection like that with her. She was a real go-getter, a real pocket rocket. So for her, getting sick was quite a shock because she never has sort of had a sick day off in her life. The message from her is that, you know, it can happen to anyone. It's you know, life you just sort of roll with the punches, like one step at a time kind of thing. But I feel like you're that sort of person anyway. You're sort of very similar to your auntie in personality. Not that I'm feeling that you're going to get sick, but I feel like you're sort of someone who just deal with whatever comes to you and just turn a negative into a positive kind of thing. So I'm picking up that auntie on your mother's side. I'm also picking up a gentleman. He, I don't know whether he was diabetic or that sort of thing, but I feel like he had a unique sort of smell. It's like he had a sort of a metabolic type issue. I feel like he had sort of a bad breath and used to sweat a lot. And he was not that big. He was fairly thin, but he just certainly used to look unwell and used to have a sort of smell to him. I also feel like that's on your mother's side, and that feels like a cousin or something. It feels like a sort of a connection away from you. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up with him. He quite. I don't know whether he was sort of like so he was older than you, but whether he sort of thought you were cute or whether he sort of used to play games with the kids or kind of thing. There was sort of a playful type connection energy with him. That's what I'm picking up with you. I'm just trying to remember the rest of your message. It was connections to the other side and pets. I'm actually there's quite a lot of pets as well. I'm getting sort of just animals running around, but I feel like you get a lot of messages as well through pets, and you also get a lot of messages through animals and strange things that happens. And it's like you sort of have birds fly and then sort of just stop and sort of land on a branch right in front of you and just stare at you. It's kind of like you've kind of got that sort of message. And you can take messages from animals as well. You can, you know, if you're getting a bird that sort of or even just stopped on a branch in front of you or stopped on a footpath, that's telling you to sort of slow down and stop and, you know, just have a look around kind of thing. Have a look around what's around you and what sort of happened that morning and what sort of is who you're going to sort of meet that afternoon kind of thing. It's you can learn a lot from animals in the way that you sort of pick up the messages and how that affects your life. So I hope that makes sense to you. I don't remember the exact message, so it's kind of covering a few different things. So all the best with that. Thank you. Okay, so we have Leon available, option 3. We've got a picture message coming up next. All right, it is coming. So we've got Rosemary, 23rd of the 3rd, 92. Hi, PTV. What is the potential of the relationship I'm in now? Thanks. I feel that in this relationship, Rosemary, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. It doesn't feel like it's long-lasting, as in it's not a lifelong sort of relationship, but I feel like you'll be with them for enough time to learn a lot about yourself. I feel like this is kind of a way of learning a bit of balance in your life as well. And it's also about you. On one hand, I feel that you're a very strong and confident person, and you come across as quite outgoing and quite confident, but you perhaps don't speak up when it's really important to you, and I feel that this relationship is going to help teach you that, and sort of just get you to find a balance of not being sort of the one type of person all the time, but knowing that you can speak up, you know, ongoing kind of thing. So it's not one sort of big episode where you have to talk lots or have to get a lot off your mind because you've already been saying it along the way. So I feel like you'll be learning a lot about yourself. Also, there's going to be issues in this relationship about priorities. And that, I mean, is for each other, and you're going to sort of think about what you really want and what you sort of want in a partner as well. Do you want to be the priority? Do you want them to be the priority? It feels like you'll be sort of, you'll sort of get that sort of sorted in your head, and it doesn't feel like that's been an issue for you, but it's kind of some little things that have happened along the way are kind of going to make sense and sort of resonate with this sort of connection. So yeah, so it'll be quite an interesting relationship, and it feels like it, you know, you're going to have a good time and you're going to enjoy it, but it feels like you're actually going to get quite a lot of personal growth out of this relationship. And I feel that, you know, in another year's time you'll be quite a different person than you are now. You'll really have grown and really have matured quite a lot. So I wish you all the best for this. Yeah. Okay, so we have Leon available option 3. Yeah, so give her a call. Okay, we've got a text. Sorry, a voicemail coming up next. So,
hi, my name is Sharon.
Sharon?
I'm ringing up on behalf of my mum, Patricia, the 12th of the 8th, 1937. She really misses my dad, who died in 2001. Just wondering if he's got any messages for her or anything else you see. Thank you. Love the show. Bye.
Thanks, Sharon. Thanks for making that connection. And you've got a beautiful, caring nature to be so concerned about your mum and making that connection. Very distinguished gentleman, very sort of, he really had a presence. He'd walk into a room and he'd be, he was a pretty sort of snazzy dresser and really had a presence when he walked into a room. He wasn't that sort of loudly spoken, but he was well spoken, and he had sort of an air about him that when he spoke, people actually listened and people actually respected that. I feel like he was a father figure to people other than his children. It's like he was sort of like a mentor, whether he was a mentor in the workplace or that sort of thing. It doesn't feel like there was a foster children connection or anything like that, but it feels like he was kind of like sort of like a surrogate father to more people than his children, in that people looked up to him and he really provided a lot of guidance. And it's kind of like, it's almost like a loss of a generation, you know, that a lot of the things that we sort of don't do now, we don't always talk nicely to each other, and we're not always respectful to each other. It feels like a lot of really good features sort of died with his generation, and he was a good example of that. So that's what I'm picking up with him. I don't know what was going on with his, and now picking up on him sort of medically. Feels like he had a lot of ear, nose, throat issues, a lot of issues with his sinuses. It's really, really quite, whether he used to get really blocked up or his voice would sort of change when he had allergies and that sort of thing. Felt like he had a lot of those sorts of issues during his life. He was a very practical person as well. Used to feel like, you know, if you did a hard day's work, you were tired by the end of the day. You used your hands, used your feet, that sort of thing. So he was a very, very hard worker, but he was also had that intelligence component where he was a good teacher as well, and he also had a knack of being able to read people and work out how to get through to them. So he was quite intuitive as well. So that's what I'm picking up with him. Excuse me, just fixing up my earpiece. Yeah, so really beautiful energy I'm picking up from him. So I can completely understand why Patricia misses him, and I completely understand your, Sharon, why you're feeling that connection with Patricia, because that's obviously carried through that kindness and that generosity of spirit, and that, you know, really that age-old sort of caring for each other, that's really carried through beautifully in that generation. So, beautiful connection. Thank you for choosing me, and I hope you enjoyed that reading. Thank you. Thanks, Sharon. Okay, so we've got Tracy available, option 1, just became available, won't be available for long, so give her a call. And we also have Leon available, option 3, so give her a call as well. Okay, we've got a picture message coming up next. So we've got Prue, 25th of the 3rd, 66. Can I please have a reading for relationship and career? Thank you. Prue, it feels like there's someone in your energy in a relationship, but it feels like it's a bit, I don't know whether it's a bit sort of stale. It's almost like a friendship kind of thing, or you've known them for a long time and maybe sort of been an on again, off again, and sort of you set it as friends kind of thing. And that's completely fine. But in terms of you sort of having a romantic relationship, it feels like you need to sort of sort that out, and just in terms of whether you're available for letting love happen. If someone's already in your energy, then you do kind of block yourself. So just have a think about that in terms of where you want to be. If you're happy with being sort of comfortable, that's fine. But if you do want sort of a more romantic, intimate type relationship, then you might need to step back from the current relationship to let love happen and let that happen. Career, you're very creative, Prue. You're very you've got a beautiful sort of creative energy. You like to be able to make things and design things, and you're very innovative as well. You've got a knack of sort of working out, not only that something needs to be fixed, but sort of working out a way of how you can go about that and designing that. So make sure you keep that part of yourself active. I feel like if you sort of worked in something that was a bit routine and sort of monotonous, you'd kind of, you wouldn't practice that as much. So try to look for a field where you're really sort of creatively thinking, you're thinking on your feet. And if it's sort of a matter of necessity where you've sort of got a certain job and you're paying the bills and that sort of thing, try to think of a sort of an extracurricular activity that was going to keep your creative brain ongoing. So whether that's like doing theatre or doing some problem solving or doing something to keep your mind active, even doing public speaking or pub trivia nights or something like that. It feels like you've really got a spark that you could fuel, and it would be just a beautiful fire, and it'd be a really good light to be able to drive you to a really creative career. So just keep that back in the back of your mind that you could do amazing things with that creative energy that you've got. So I wish you all the best with that, Prue. Thank you for connecting. Okay, so we have Patricia available booth 2 and Leon available in booth 3. Okay, so Leon, there's a picture of Leon in booth 3, so you can call her on the 1900 or 1800 numbers, and she's option 3. So Leon's a medical and angel intuitive and a fortune teller. Okay, I think we should wake Patricia up. I think she's slacking off. So I think you should give her a call, option 2. Oh no, someone's just called her. There you go. So there you go, you've woken her up. So thank you for that. So we've got a text message coming up next. All right, so from Christine. Hi Rhonda, could I please have a career and love reading? Thanks, Christine. I'm getting a lot of career and love readings tonight. Wow, Christine, you're a really interesting character. You're someone who's not easily... you can't easily fit you in a box. Like you're quite, anyone who sort of meets you and assumes you're a certain person would be surprised, or someone who just assumes you could only do a certain thing would be very surprised. You're very capable. With career, I feel that you need to be constantly challenged. You've got a very active mind. So Christine, I could see you, if you were to do sort of a really boring, monotonous job, you'd be really bored. And I think if you got bored, you'd get quite restless and then become unproductive and procrastinate. So I feel that you need to be in a job that challenges you, that you can, even sort of a firm where you can work in one team, go to another team, that sort of thing, and learn different aspects of the one job, or either a job where you can actually build up your skills and step up. Another thing you could do, Christine, is organise events. You would be able to organise different things. So you've got the customer service side of things. You've got the PR. You can handle a lot of information at once, and you could sort of coordinate different things and different teams of people. So have a think about that sort of thing. Even just do a job search, and do it sort of quite a broad sort of search, and see what's out there. And even just start reading sort of some of the job titles that you might not have thought of, and I feel like some of them are just going to sort of resonate with you, and you think, oh wow, I haven't thought of that, but I'll give it a go. I can also see volunteer work. I mean, I know we all need to earn a living, but I can feel that I feel that volunteer work would be a way of bridging the gap. If you saw something that really resonated with you and you wanted to give it a go, you could perhaps volunteer, and then they'd love you, they want to snap you up, but that would lead to a permanent job or a part-time job while you're still working, that sort of thing. So I feel like you can be a bit creative and a bit take a few side steps and really find what you enjoy. Love, Christine. I feel a bit heavy-hearted with you. I feel like there's been heartbreak. To be honest, it doesn't feel like you're ready. Sort of feels like. Having said that, it also feels like there's someone in your energy, but it feels like at the moment the priority for you should be being kind to yourself and just nurturing yourself and just doing what makes you happy, not sort of thinking too much in terms of the relationship, but sort of being about yourself. And that's not being selfish. That's just taking care of yourself and building your energy up. But you do feel like a likeable person, so I can't see that you're ever going to be unattached or be lonely. I can't see that that's sort of going to happen, certainly not long term. So I wouldn't worry about that. I'd just look at, enjoying the moment and, being the best version of yourself, and then that will just come in a relationship. So I wish you all the best. Thank you for connecting. Okay, so we've got Leon available in option 3, so give her a call. So we've got a picture message coming up next from Alicia, 31st of the 3rd, 95. Alicia would like to know if she could continue developing her spiritual gifts. Do her ancestors have any messages for her? Yeah, Alyssa, I feel like you've got you're certainly very intuitive, you're very psychic, and it does feel like you have mediumship as well. And it feels like that's been in your generation. It feels like it actually feels on your father's side that they're being clairaudient. I'm getting my right ear is sort of ringing, so it feels that you've certainly got that connection with your father's side. But you've also got things from your mother as well. It feels like your mother didn't discover gifts till later in life. But yeah, absolutely, you can continue developing your spiritual gifts, and I've had a few callers today in the booth about that. You can play psychic games with yourself. You could make predictions, and so that you're not cheating, you could post them to yourselves. You could post yourself something and open it in 2 months' time, or open it in 6 months' time. When you get a bill, you can guess what colour the letterhead's going to be on. You can certainly play psychic games with yourself. You could even look at celebrities and make a prediction, and again put that somewhere and have a look at that later. I feel like it's kind of a bit. It's like you've sort of what you're good at, but you haven't explored all of the modalities that are available to you. So I want you to even consider going to a psychic development class, and that way you'll be able to try different things. So you'll be able to look at reading auras, doing psychometry, reading energy from jewellery and objects, transfiguration, where you have a sort of darkened room and you look at the shadow of a person, and quite literally the shadow moves, and you can actually see, either an older man that's sort of stooped over, or you'll see animals in there. It's really quite extraordinary, but it's that sort of thing. I never knew I was able to do that until I started doing it, and it's amazing what you do. And you'll find that by doing that, you'll find that some things you love, some things you don't love so much. I love psychometry. I don't like reading auras. So you'll find that just by trying different things, you'll see what you like, and then you'll be able to develop those further. And then if there's something that you absolutely love, you can buy books and read on that. You can go to workshops and learn about that. So I feel like you've definitely psychic. You also have mediumship, and you can absolutely develop your your psychic abilities, and I'd recommend it. I realised as a child that I could connect with my relatives that had passed, and I was always dismissed in my childhood, so I stopped doing it. And then it wasn't until my mid-30s when I was in a relationship with someone who was a medium, and it wasn't until then that I actually started talking about it. I thought, oh wow, other people see dead people or hear dead people or smell dead people kind of thing. So you're never too late, and at any point in time that you start learning, you can only grow and you can only get better. So absolutely give it a go, and I recommend you do that. So good luck with that, and make sure you follow us on Facebook and you let us know how you're going. You know, in 6 months' time, 12 months' time, it's a really exciting time for you. So thank you for that. All right. So we've got Leon available, option 3. So give her a call. Got another reading. It's coming. It's a picture message from Joe. All right, it is coming. Okay. I'm sorry, it's a text message. They're lying to me. There you go. Live TV. Okay, so from Kat, 29th of the 7th, 74. Hi, Rhonda. Could I please have a love and work reading? Thanks, Kat. Thanks for connecting. With you, Kat, I feel like you need to just stop and breathe. Normally I just go straight into messages. I just get told, I see things, I hear things, all the rest of it. With you, straight away I got pause, stop, breathe. You're quite a busy lady. You're someone who's able to cope with a lot of different things going on. It feels like you've done, in terms of work, you've done a lot of different things in your work experience, and you're very capable. But it feels like you can, in terms of work, you can get in a mode where you just sort of need to get it done, but you don't sort of stop and think about whether you can get it done more efficiently or what happens if you change something. And that sort of doesn't, so that's one aspect, but I also feel like that's the other aspect of you is that you're quite good at looking, I don't know whether you've got a Virgo aspect in your chart, but you're quite good at looking at patterns and seeing where the patterns lie. So if you were to sort of stop and look at things, you'd actually be able to see the patterns and be able to improve and that sort of thing. So I feel like you're sort of, the way you work is kind of in contradiction to the way you intuitively pick up on things, if that makes sense. It's a bit of might not be the best way of explaining it, but I feel like you could sort of, because you're so intuitive yourself, Kat, if you sort of stopped and did that, things would just be a bit more balanced for you. So just have a think about that. You know, the next time there's a work situation and you're feeling under-resourced, just have a think about how that can sort out. And with regards to loves, another one, I feel like there's someone in your energy, but it's kind of not perhaps sort of where you're going. It's not sort of what you want, kind of thing. And I feel like the next love is just around the corner for you. It feels like it's, and that's a beautiful connection. It's really quite nice, and I just feel warm and fuzzy. So, yeah, it feels like a really nice connection. So, and again, you're very likeable. I wouldn't stress about being alone because I don't feel that you ever will be alone. So all the best. Thank you for that. And who have we got next to us? Got awesome Tracy. Hi, Tracy. I'll give you a hug and my earpiece will probably pop out, but there you go. So, all right, I'm going to option 1, so I'll see you then.
Off and running.
Thank you. Bye.
We've got Rhonda in booth 1 in option 1, and we've got Leon available in 3. So thank you for being with us this evening and enjoying the show with us. Keep warm, guys, and keep out of the wet. Bye. We'll see you next week. Bye. Take it easy.